Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah. What's up? I thought we'd do kind of a mixture today. I thought we'd do a little bit of the testing and stuff out here on PC, and then we'll jump over to the console side if we have time. We have so many awesome things going on, and I'm like, dude, we gotta just get into this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What's up, everybody? Hi. We got a poll running right now. It says, have you used the camera and the computer station yet on the console version? We have 16 votes starting us off here. 25% said yes, 69% said no. Nice. And then we have 6% that said, what? That's in the game? I know. I know. What's up? We got Big Smoke. We got, let's see, Legit Lost. Hi. What's up, everybody? Sorry, dude, I've been, like, kind of under the weather still. Was totally going to do a stream last night, and then, dude, I just got... You know what I mean? Or it just like catches up to you and you're like, dude, I am beat. So I tapped out like a wuss. So hopefully we can make up for it today. So either we're going to do a semi-long here or we're going to split it up into two. I'll take a break, eat, and then we'll come back and do some stuff. I was hoping, I don't know when RazorTube's getting on today. I'd love for us to go clap cheeks and do some primitive action this weekend. So hard to say. So that's why I was like, yeah, let's do some of the technical stuff on the front end. And then if he signs in early, then sweet. And then if not, we'll take a break and then come back. Does that sound? Or who knows? We might get into this, and then we'll be like, let's go over the real side, and then we'll go play on console on this stream. Who knows? I don't know what we're doing. Just know that's on the thing there. Okay, what's up? We have Splash. Matthew Stevens says, what's up? Hi, About Cloud. Says, yo, man. What up, B? Hi, 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 hi. Is this too dark? Or is this nice? You know what? I got you on this, boys. You ready? Ready? Let's make this romantic. I mean, let's make this cool. Better? Give it a second. Oh, yeah. What's up? Splash says, hey, Jade, first time. Well, welcome, sir. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Is it Saturday? I still sound a little congested, eh? Eh? A little bit. A little bit. So yeah, I have a list of things I want us to kind of like punch through again. If you guys have any questions about anything electronic related, by all means, throw it out there. All means, dude. Lots of cool stuff. We've got, as a matter of fact, you know what? Let's turn this one up a bit. Boop. Alright, we're back to normal volumes. Yay! Or we could go like midday. I can't type. I'm the worst. Is that too bright? So yeah, we have a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Bunch. We have some wireless connections for compounds that are large. Check it out. So this can actually be... You know what? Do we have room for this? Let me go ahead and pick this up. Is my office so warm? Or am I warm? Or am I the one? I think this battery's probably charged by now. Should be. Perfect. Let's take the yellow... Whoops. Let's take the yellow wire out of here. This is where you been. Jade Bills. Hi. Splash is my old name. He says, I'm Baggins now. Oh, nice. This is on here on Twitch. Just forgot to change it here. Ah, I gotcha. Bilbo Baggins? Hi-yo. So, we did get an update over on the PC side, so anybody interested on that, we got a quality of life. What's really good is we have, remember we were talking a while ago, well, maybe it was like a month ago, a couple weeks ago. We were talking about, wouldn't it be cool if the caboose was in the outpost? And it was just like docked, because you know, we have like a little like set of tracks down there. And wouldn't it be cool if we had the caboose on there, like the lucky caboose, like for us on console? Well, guess what? It's on there. See if we get, there is the outpost. All right, let's go get it real quick. I'll show you. So who knows? Maybe this will come in for us. I don't know for certain. And if it does, it'll be in the future. But it's just interesting to see what could be on the horizon for us on the console side. This one's nice, though. I think you guys will agree. This one is super hot. What's up? Z Snipe says you're my favorite YouTuber. Thanks, dude. What's up, Bash? She says, no, she can't put car batteries on a workbench. Not yet. It was actually, since we're a hybrid build, that, like, I forget what the function was called where they could actually, I can't even completely remember what it was called, but there's a special function they put in so it allowed us to put objects on other objects better. So I don't think that's in for us, and that's why we can't place it on the workbench. But we totally can in the future. It's just, I don't know what their plans are for updating that. So check this out. So we're at the outpost. Deep, doop, deep, doop, deep. What's up? Baggins says, love your videos and content. Thanks, man. Thanks, baby. Make sure I'm getting everybody in the list here. So check this out. So I know we have like different car models and stuff, and things have been polished up here. I know, compared for like what we're used to. But check this out. But the overall like setup is still the same. Hey, I have not seen telephones yet on our version on the console side, so be on the lookout. There should be one at the outpost here when it does occur. Just saying. I think that's gonna be like stage 2. Call it a hunch. So check it out, dude. Look. Is this the perfect place for this thing? Right? Tell me that's not the coolest thing ever. And then, yeah, once we get some kind of music DLC or that gets included, we have the musical stage. Pro tip, that's why when you're using the cameras on the computer station, that's why one of the cameras are called compound music, because it's right over the musical area. Did you know that? Boom. And it's actually this camera right here. But since we don't have this yet, you just see the water collector and you see the chill zone, which is still cool. But isn't this dope, though? Look at this. How hot is this? Look at this. You're at the outpost. You're like, man, I got a couple scrap. Hey, I could play poker, slots, or blackjack and not worry about getting domed all the time. You could even turn the lights on and off. I love it. I freaking love it. What a cool way. Like, this is an actual caboose in the game that can be connected to trains and you can drive around and stuff, but like they put one that's stationary inside the outpost. Dude, we need this. Are you kidding? Can you imagine just playing poker for some of your scrap progression in the beginning, or even better, playing slots, one-arm bandit, or playing against this thing? You just play against the computer for blackjack for scrap. Is that dope? You know what I mean? So like if you're starting to wipe or something and you gotta like step away a bunch, like what a cool way to get started. Just saying, pretty hot, not gonna lie. Do you know when electricity hits main branches? They're talking about it hitting main branches for us on Rust Console Edition in the first quarter, although things are feeling really smooth for everybody. We're talking core system PlayStation, core system Microsoft, or Xbox. I mean, it's the same thing. Let's see. I mean, there are some glitches here and there, but it feels really good. So that's a good sign for it to move quicker through the iterative process. Excuse me. That's snots. Woo! Is this dope? I want us to have this. Even if they're like, hey, we can't do the poker system, like, at least give us this. Or maybe even this first. Personal preference, right? And then you're like, oh, we don't have the functionality for this. And like, okay, then don't make that functional yet. But, oh my goodness, that's everything at the outpost. You could just place for scrap. Anyways, I thought I'd share. I figure you guys might like that. Scusi. I have to mute myself when I clear my throat. Hopefully I'm not the big sick, but I think it's just seasonal stuff. You know how it is. Hey, if I'm gonna get sick, now's the time before the holidays, right? Don't want to be spreading it all. Is that like stupid bright for everybody? I feel like it might be. Alright, let's bring it down a bit. I feel like that's wicked bright. That's a little better. What's up? Goofier Block says, hey man, much love. Keep it up. Thanks, baby. Is that Scythe? So you think there is a hit main branch at the beginning of next year? I think so. I guess there's a rare possibility that it could come just a little bit before then, but I doubt it. Here's why. Because the holidays are here, and what is it? What's today's date? The 3rd? We have roughly 2 weeks, but a lot of people start to take time off before that. Just expect big offices and businesses. Most of them start to like the capacity of work goes down about mid-December and doesn't usually come back on until about a week into January. And I don't think they're any different from kind of what I've gathered. So I would say, unless it's in the next 2 weeks, I would say expect it sometime next quarter. But here's the other thing. There needs to be a couple of patches that need to happen because the audio bug is still happening. The echo audio bug is still happening, at least on the Xbox side. That needs to be fixed. There's just a couple minor things with the electricity stuff, but for the most part, it feels really good. Says, honestly, I'm looking forward to NPC quests on console. That'd be hot. That'd be real hot. I'm not going to lie. I'm a fan. Says, are there already some hints about the new update, like berries and the second oil rig coming back in? That's a good question. As a matter of fact, if you are on the testing branch, you'll notice that the oil rig that's out there is the small oil rig, so I'm fairly certain that's coming back. We also have, oh man, dude, my throat all of a sudden is like crazy. I might have to get some lozenges. Good question. Here's the thing, cultivator is gonna be farming, which is teas. Do you want to see something specific on it, or? Sorry, jeez. Berries are, man, the tactical cylinder mixed with sore throat. Not the best choice I've made today. So when farming 2.0 comes in, am I losing my voice or what? Okay, when farming 2.0 comes in, we're gonna get the mixing table. Dude, this is like a recent development. Me losing my throat, my voice. Should I get a lozenge? Yes. Let me go get one. Hang on, I'll put on some tunes. Hold on, sorry. Music? Okay. Woo! Dude, I think I'm losing my voice. I try to mute as much as I can. Do I sound terrible now in like the last 5 minutes? Yes. I would say yes. So now when I drink a tactical cylinder mixed with whatever these lozenges are, it's gonna taste like booty. Bro, when making a custom server? Hey, as soon as it comes out, we will. Good question. So Jade, yesterday I was on P2B. I killed a horse, and the horse had a saddle. It said loot horse. What? What? That's crazy. We know that's coming. Hi, what's up, off-roader? Well, I think you guys know why I haven't streamed the last couple days, because I've been a little sick, and it looks like I might be losing my voice. This is what happened to Rosa Next Gen. I've not played in a month or two. I'm back, and it just looks worse than before. Is it just me? No, have you played it? Play it on PTV, man. It's real good. I would rather take reduced graphics, smooth gameplay, and like fun gameplay loops over anything else. That's just me, though. Do you know what I'm saying, baby? Okay, so on my list, I have to eat 2 of these things. Ugh, the first one's rough. You're not supposed to chew it, right? Did FacePunch talk about doing something about Chronos or Zen players? It almost feels like everybody's cheating. It's actually FacePunch is the one that does the PC version. Double 11 does the port. You ever play a Rust console edition with viewers or console server you frequent? Yeah, all the time. I mean, my whole group is made of those people. Those people, my community, those people. Yeah, that's you can say those people in that context and not be derogatory, right? Yeah, those people, my people. Although, once we like, if we're not looking for anybody, here's my suggestion: if we're playing on your server, just don't watch those streams until we leave, and just try to make it as organic as possible. It's way more fun that way. It's not about winning or losing; it's about us just having a good time. A good example, maybe 3 weeks ago or a month ago, we actually there was a group of dudes like stream sniping us. We didn't like know it yet, and like we were like going back and forth. It was a blast, you know. And then as soon as we started to make a play on their compound, they were stream sniping us hard. I was like, oh man, now we gotta leave the server. We could have had a blast all weekend just clapping each other's cheeks. They could have rated us legit. That would have been fine too. But like if you're looking at the stream and you're playing on the same server, that's cheating because like you know the base, you know the plans. So like the best thing you can do is if you know that you're on our server, just kind of, you know, watch the streams the next day or something. Jeez, man, I'm like dying over here. But yeah, like if we're not openly looking for people, definitely don't try to find us because that's kind of a hostile thing towards us. Because then, you know what I mean? Like, you guys have an advantage that we don't. Am I dying? My goodness. Sit up straight. Take your pills. I'm taking a lozenge. Yeah, especially I like mine. Woo woo woo! How can I practice with the bow to get better? Go on the target practice. So yeah, you just try to keep stream sniping like off the table because if you're trying to get to know us, stream sniping us is the exact opposite thing to do. Like, if people that are stream sniping us, we just put them on the ban list. Like we don't let them, we don't listen to them. They're not allowed on the channel. I mean, they can watch, but they're not allowed to like communicate. So the best thing you can do is just let it play out organically and let it just happen. It's way more fun for both parties. Anyways, is it Treyway VR? Thank you for the super chat. What's up, man? You know, I gotta put on my list right here because I forgot to do this because I've been like sick. Fix overlay. So sorry, my overlay is not. I sound dramatically worse in the last 10 minutes. Fix overlay. Fix overlay. Okay, so out of this here, thank you again, Treyway VR. Okay, so we have automatic lights, multi-turret setup, low ammo turret circuits, wireless turrets, automatic heaters, delayed open we haven't solved yet, or authorized switch. Oh, it's kind of fast. We're going to do them all, but man, lozenges kick in, baby. This branch is very worth it. I think so. I'm with you on that for sure. It's been a blast. And it's cool that we have an upgrade path now, to be honest. Yeah, so when Farming 2.0 comes out, we're going to have the ability to do teas, and we're going to have this table, so you can already see some of the recipes right here. And people don't use this enough. If you're farming, take a pure ore tea and read that. Increases the amount of ore you receive. Yeah, buddy. There's like a farming tree tea. There's also like a healing potion or a healing pot. These aren't any more than anything else. It's just a way for you to craft it, not on your person. I think this might have a reduced amount of charcoal. It's pretty negligible, but either way, or they evened it out. I think they evened it out. Anyways, the point is, you can actually craft over there, which is great. It's great. Let me see if I can grab some food. I see the chat moving. I'll catch up on a second. This would be like a healing tea. Woo! It's all bubbly. It's awesome, dude. And like the gameplay around like the super clones and like it's kind of like breeding Pokemon. It's a lot of fun. And think about it. If you can't plant anything outside, how are you going to heal yourself when you spawn in? So you need to have at least a 1x1 in your base that's got halfway decent food growing, and then cloth. Cloth, arguably, you can get a lot from recycling, but like you're going to need some plants and like a fridge to keep all your food. Because this is going to be very common. When you spawn in, right, you're going to have a box in a room, and this, probably, right, of all the food. And instead of eating a lot, you're going to eat one piece of food, right, out of the fridge, and then you're going to sit down and wait to boost, because it gives you comfort. Bag says, I love William videos. Yeah, he's a great dude. I don't know him personally. I know of him, but yeah, I watch his stuff. What's up? What else we got here? Okay, I think the BioLazer is working. Yeah, so like it'll be very common in the future when the farming comes out that you're going to eat one piece of food and then sit down. Otherwise, if you eat a bunch of food, you're going to be wasting it for the next time. Because you're going to watch your supply of food. I know we don't really do that too much now, but it's going to be something you watch like a hawk. So get used to it now. Because it's coming soon enough. Is this PTB? No, we're on the PC right now, so I wanted to show a couple like circuits, and then we're going to switch over to the console. Yay, yay. Alright, so check this out. So in this case, let's say these are in two different areas. Let me go ahead and pick this up real quick. Okay, the lozenge I think is working. I feel like I can talk a little bit. That's good. Oh yeah, and look at this. So on our version, we have red, green, blue, and yellow, but they just added all these extra colors. Crazy, right? And if you're wondering on the console side how to change the color, use your reload button. Hold that down when you have the wire tool in your hand. It helps a lot. And I do a lot of these circuits, like the videos for these circuits, like here. I think it'll help out a lot because we have multiple colors. Is my server being goofy? Okay. So picture this in your base, somewhere in your base, okay? Let's say this is let's say this is around a gatehouse or something. It's more compact than this. You've got a power source, whether it's this, you've got turrets all around outside. And let's say this represents one of the turret ports around your perimeter. What's cool with this is these are two completely different circuits, right? With different batteries. So your internal battery, you're like, hey, we have like turrets and stuff powered inside, but like, you know, we got like this large compound. Let's say you have turrets outside or in multiple bases. With a broadcaster, you can do stuff like this. So our green line is going to open the door, and the red line is going to make the turrets hot. So with this one, it's sending a broadcast to here, and it's turning on the turret. They're not connected. The wireless is connecting it, the broadcaster. And then you're like, cool, the turrets are on because you gave it a 3 count, and you're like, now let's open the door. Pretty hot. So you're telling me I'll be able to pick lovely mushrooms? Sure. Let's put it this way, too. Because we always pick pumpkins and stuff, right? Oh, Adam, thanks for the 25 months, dude. I appreciate you, man. Ooh, you upgraded the badge. You're looking freaking shiny. Thanks, baby. I appreciate it. Sorry, my overlays are broken. I got the overlay stuff on the list. I gotta eat another one of these lozenges. And then Torco was asking about the hoodie. I've yet to get to that hoodie. Okay. So that's pretty dope. You can do a lot of cool stuff with that. Oh, yeah. To go back to the food situation. So here's the thing. We're on PC now. Oops, sorry. I couldn't help it. I had to do it. So what happens is you can still plant stuff outside. But here's what's going to happen. You make it one of these to grow, but most likely not. Like, you have a 98% failure rate if you don't take care of these. This is just like a preview into the cultivator stuff. So you have a new overlay here. You see you have genetics. But the important stuff here, you can see health, age, stage, water intake, and pumpkin yield. And then conditions are light, water, ground, temperature, and overall. As you can see, this is definitely going to die. Like, we have 12% in just water, and it's just garbage. So this thing needs to be in good weather conditions, so a heater if we're in the snow biome. This needs to be indoors. It needs to be a light over it at all times, and it needs to be watered a certain amount of time. And then sometimes, like if the light cuts out, or because another reason why like managing your power is such a big deal, not only for your turrets, but like you're gonna need this to grow the food you need to rebound. This is the food you're gonna use during combat to heal. This is the food you're going to use when you respawn to eat and then recharge and get back into the fight. You can't just pick random pumpkins everywhere now because unless you're by a river, that's the only exception. So like clean water is going to be a resource that people fight for. I know it's hard to fathom, but like clean water is the thing. Here's another scenario that's super real. And we did this when it first came out. Arguably, we still do this. So a lot of times, if you're by the ocean like this, and we'll just cover this for a little bit so you guys can get an understanding of what this is. So if you notice, you start with fresh water in these containers, but the ocean is salt. So obviously, the salt water is going to kill anything. You can see the little salt icon. 1 milliliter of salt is going to ruin an entire crop. So what you want to do is sometimes you just take salt water, bring it back home, and then use a desalinator, or what's it called here? What's it called? Purifier, probably. All right, there it is. Yeah, there, water purifier. So you use this to clean up the water, and then you'll store the clean water because you need to water the crops. And this has a power input. It also has... I hope this is the side that takes it. So if you also notice at the bandit camp, that water is considered salt. So a lot of times you'll see us take like, I don't know, 10 water jugs, sneak over to the bandit camp in the middle of the night. If you're in the middle of the map and you don't have access to clean water, because believe me, Zergs are going to figure it out and start like camping that stuff, right? Or my chat will figure it out. I'm going to get there first. Whoop whoop. What's up? Adam says, no problem. He says, love your videos, dude. Keep it up. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate all the continued support. That badge is looking sharp. Let's see, where were we? Oh, yeah. So you'll see us sneak out in the middle of the night just to fill up water jugs full of salt water. Because sometimes the closest place to get water is the bandit camp. So we'll fill it up with a bunch of salt water, have a bunch of storage water containers on the base, like so, and use it to feed. Let's go ahead and make this elevated a little bit. I'm sorry, we're just going on a small tangent. Just a small tangent. So like we go into the base and fill all these up with salt water. Really? That killed the bot? Okay, well that's a glitch. Should not do that. Okay. So we'll do things like, where is it? There we go. We'll fill this up with salt water, have it drip down into here, and then we have this powered, and this will clean it. And then we have an output that collects the water, the clean water, and then we use that to water the crops. So like, okay, put it in perspective. Almost every base is going to have some type of farming area if you want to like survive. And then in the same way, and I guess it's kind of hard to understand because we don't have minis yet, but like in the same way, almost every base has a mini garage. It's just going to be stuff you work into the base. A lot of times you've got it just like a square or two or a square and a half, and you try to work all the stuff inside. And you'll have things like this just chilling inside the base. Very realistic scenario. A lot of times you're far away from water, or you don't want a bunch of Zergs killing you all the time, so you just kind of build far away from clean sources of water, and then you kind of like sneak it in the middle of the night. Oh, come on, that's got to go in there. There it is. What? Oh. It kind of snaps. Come on. I had it for a second. Fine, we'll get rid of this. But this is going to be the next big update after the power surge comes. So, like, you know, and just having, like, a light on all the time, too, is going to be a thing. So, this is just around the corner. I bet this still comes first quarter. I bet ya. All this farming stuff. And then it sounds like the horses will be after that, which makes sense, because then you can make horse fertilizer and stuff. Then you'll have things like... Sorry, I don't want to get rid of these other pieces here. And then, if you don't have the sprinklers, you don't have the power for it, you can just run up and throw water on these different crop plots. Unknown says, imagine killing somebody with a full inventory full of water. If you guys watched like 2 years ago, when we were on or even 2.5, you'll see that is exactly what. How many times did I get shot running back from bandit camp with a full thing full of salt water? And what's great though is most people just go, they just leave it. Just like they leave stone tools in most cases, they'll just be like, oh, this guy's an idiot, and you're like, yeah, leave my jugs. Or most people don't worry about cleaning the water. So a lot of times when you're super broke, you'll just clean the water, fill up one of these jugs, and just like literally throw it on the crops until you make like a super clone. But like this needs to be watered a certain amount of time. This needs to have light pretty much all the time, and if there's any interruption, your yield gets messed with. And if you have one crop plot or two, you're going to need some high yield if you want to keep up. And then that's why, like, get used to eating one piece of food and then charging up using comfort. Because the guy that keeps eating food like an asshole, you're going to hate that guy. Like, you're going to be like, dude, you know how long it took me to grow that stuff? And they're going to be like, what? And you'll be like, it's your turn to go do the crops while I eat all your food. And they'll be like, oh, I get it now. Because, like, you get a pretty good return like every hour and a half to 2 hours, but, you know, you need to keep the fridge stocked full of stuff. And you'll find that keeping seeds is a good way to roll clones, too. I know, sorry, we're getting into this probably a bit deeper than we should, but this is for anything that has seeds. This is why you want to keep seeds. Every time you plant a seed, it does an RNG on the type of clone, or yeah, type of genetics it has. And then based off the planter position, these things will breed with each other as they grow. See, my genetics are wildly different. XWGGX. Ooh, that's good. We have, ooh, baby. That's pure, that's 3 yield. Ooh, hoo. What that means is, the red is the negative trait. I can't remember what the X stands for, but the Y means yield, and the G means grow, so it grows faster, and then H is hardy, so like if you're in a rough terrain, this is actually, you would probably breed this one like crazy then. So that's why you keep seeds. It's a way to like roll different types of genetics, and then you try to save these, and then try to breed them with the other ones. And that's a whole gameplay loop in itself, like a bunch. It's tight. I'm a fan. You do it with berries, do it with corn, do it with pumpkins. And there's all kinds of berries. Yeah, it's crazy, Alfred. I don't know why my top chat covered that up. YYGG. It says anything on Christmas skins because it's console, not PC. Wait a minute. Anything on Christmas skins? Yeah, I just did a video on the releases that we just got. Wait a second. Yeah. Oh, they had 2v2 tournaments highlight. Okay, boo. I'll check that out later. Anyways, the growing makes it grow faster, which is great, and so you would want to try to clone this one. This one's not a bad. I would start with this one for sure. This one's dope. 3 yields. Ooh, baby. And you get more than you typically would on a pickup, so that's the gameplay that's coming in the future. It is a blast. I'm a fan of that too. Putting that in my first Rust handbook. Thanks, bro. Hey, I got you. Some people say that hardiness is kind of like, I consider it like a tertiary trade or like a secondary. I'm mostly about yield and a little bit of grow. It is possible to get all greens, but see, the thing is you try to use what you have and try to breed out the rest through genetics. We'll go through it. There's a whole like strategy to it, and it's fun, dude. So like it gives you really something like I think fun to do to like better your PvP, to better your progression, to better a lot of stuff. So like when it's nighttime, you kind of huddle around the light anyway, so you might as well check on your plants, right? And by the time you do all your little plant duties, you're pretty much good. And it's daytime. I need to stop playing New World for 10 minutes to get those kids. What's up, Mr. Russo? That's funny. Yeah, I told myself I'm not going to play New World for at least like a week or two. I want to play it and watch. I end up playing it this weekend, but if I do, I'll stream it. Ugh, these lozenges are gross. Okay, let's see. Just to kind of further this example here. Okay, so for this one, red is at least a red signal. The broadcaster's sending off a signal. We don't necessarily have to open this door slowly because this one opens almost instantly. So we'll pipe everything to the red. So let's we could even stuff it back here, to be honest. Can we get it back there? Hold on, let me use my admin tools and kind of, so I don't have to pick up the turret again. I bet we could. Yeah, let's I bet we could jam it back here. And let's just say we've got some imaginary power source hitting this. Put it down here for now. There it is. This is just to illustrate how this works. I think I got bubble guts, ha ha ha. So yeah, the red line represents like the turrets, but since this door opens automatically and this one's actually freeballing it, this would be like in your compound. We'll just say the red one's going to be the door and the turret. For now. Where are you? There it is. We'll jam the other one in there. So like without piping all this in right now, but like let's say this power source has got like a smaller battery and then it's all like done correctly. That's why we just kind of took a shortcut and used a creative generator. Obviously not available for us in the standard game. Perfect. Okay, now what we can do, oh, you know what, let's go ahead and set this one. This one is, set this one like 2-2. Negative, that's 1-1. Alright, red line is 1-1 on the frequency. Obviously you want to use more than 4 characters. It would be foolish not to. But we're in our own server, so it doesn't matter. But just to show you that the wireless stuff does work. It's something you could use it for that's actually pretty heady. Alright, so now what's going to happen is, when we turn on the green, the door opens. When we turn on the red, this turret turns on, this turret turns on, this door opens, and this turret turns on. And this could be all the way across the map. There's no connection anywhere else under here. Just to show you. And these have 3 independent power sources. I mean, technically this one would be connected to this, but this one is connected to a creative generator. By the way, that's how the monuments work. Wink. There's the door. You know what would be helpful is if I actually connected this. That was supposed to be a lot more grandiose, so hold on. Your boy forgot to wire one thing. Whoops, let's turn off the red one again. Look away, I'm embarrassed. Since the last piece is supposed to be... We forgot to hit the door controller. What an idiot. There we go. Makes the game more challenging. Oh, yeah. What's up? Offroad says, hoping to be off work soon. Ah, yes. I'm with Offroad. He says it makes the game more challenging. Yep. Now, both of these turrets are on. And this door open. These are in completely different circuits. This is, and this. These are all like independent things here. Hot to the max. Yeah, but most PC streams don't use it because it's complicated. It's not too bad. There is a learning curve to it, but once you kind of get some of the basics down that you would use all the time, you actually be like, yeah, this actually isn't too bad. I mean, think of it's no different than the way you build in Rust. Because at first you make mistakes. You're like, oh, this is complicated. I can't erase things. Where am I supposed to put my tool cupboard? I need multiple doors. I need honeycomb. But once you figure that out, you feel comfortable building, right? I think Power is no different. It's got its own idiosyncrasies, right? Hopefully I use that word correctly. But like once you kind of get a grasp of it, you're like, oh, generally I put stuff here like this and group these guys together to get this kind of functionality. I mean, until you really get into it, cool guy, it's kind of hard to throw out judgment. Like, yeah, it's difficult, but like, I'm with Offroad. It adds a level of challenge to the game. You don't have to use it, but like, I don't know, it gives you another point to raid from too, and like to build up your base defense. Yeah, like, but you didn't quit on base building, and you're glad you know base building, so Power is no different. Same with farming. It's good for you to learn the electricity now, because farming is going to be right behind it. And man, you're going to be awfully mad when you can't get your health back up right away, right? It's going to be tough. So like learning how to farm is going to be a thing, and it's very similar to electricity. It's just it uses a water for the resource as opposed to power, but I mean, obviously there's some differences, but still. Okay, the lozenges are done. Jade is gross. What's up, Mr. Davies? So I actually went to PC to learn some electricity for when power comes out. Good. Good, good, good. Does it help me get to outposts without turrets surrounding it? That's right. Well, think about it. Like, and I've already got stuff in place. So, like, I have got a basic power guide. If you haven't seen that, you probably have. And then we have some turret setups that'll help you out. Trap bases. All these are, like, solid. And so, like, it's way easier for a smaller setup to do it. So, like, a solo or small group. The people that really are going to have a hard time with this are the big, big groups. Which is good. Turrets are very powerful things, and they need to be balanced. Jeez, I feel like my tongue's numb now. I need to be balanced. And I think this is a way to do it. Yeah, most cases, cool guy, when the new farming comes out, like I would say 98% of the time your hemp is probably going to die. Yeah, you can't just place it on the ground. I mean, you can, but your success rate's going to be extremely low. Now, you can find the stuff that spawns in game on the ground, yes. But you just throwing more seeds down, like they might survive, but I don't know. Sometimes it survives in the more wooded areas, but it's still pretty low. And then we get potatoes. Potatoes are going to be a thing. I think I'm not eating anything right now. I plan to become a master electrician of Rust console, so maybe a group will hire me try their base, and I can stop rolling solo. Solo dolo. Yes. I'll be doing streams too, possibly this weekend, where if you guys have like a base and some materials and like blueprints, I can come and wire your base. Know what I'm saying? Electricity's awesome. Well, I mean, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, baby. Not only do we have stuff now to help you with electricity, but we're going to have more future stuff too. Stuff geared towards us. Ah, potatoes. Yes. The food of my people. See, in the future we'll be able to stick this kind of stuff on the surface, but until we get that like sweeping change where they're like scanned surfaces of objects, we won't have that. But I don't think it'll be out of our grasp. I think it'll come soon enough, but you can already see there's a car battery chilling right there. I think we're going to get the Rust Plus application. I don't think it's going to be right away. I think it's possible we'll see it in 2023 for us. I mean, I kind of remember a guy saying that. Like maybe the Rust Plus application was already set up for it. Oh yeah, that's right. It was me. Okay, we can do a basic light setup. Let's see where do we want to throw this bad boy. This stuff. I don't know. Like I started putting out foundations. I don't feel like it's super conducive to like what we're doing, I guess. So we can go this direction. Why not? My tongue is numb. I guess that's good though, but also my tongue is numb. Yeah, farming stuff's gonna be dope. I'm a fan. I do like my examples in a 2x2. I feel like that's more realistic. To have the whole floor nothing but electric. That's possible too. Like a lot of times you'll see me set things up very open like this for understanding so you guys can see it. Like see what's happening. But what eventually happens is once you understand this and you're comfortable with the setup, then it's a game of how can I put this in the most condensed area possible and make it usable. Because sometimes if the base gets attacked, you need to be able to rewire quickly, and like also the colored wires can help your teammates know like what does what. Like you saw that on the what was it, last weekend stream, where I had the turret bay doors and I had all the different colors, and I was like, do this to open individual turret bay doors, you know, the same power, but if you need to kill it or open them all at once, you can hit the blue line, and the blue line opens everything. So, hey Jade, can you say harbor? The harbor. Netherminer says, hey Jade, you should do a tutorial on a 2x4 with electricity. I got you, dog. Anything you would want to see in that 2x4? Netherminer? I could probably do a rough for you right now. I might try to jam it in like a 2x2, but... What's going on, gentlemen? Is it on main branch? No, it's on PTB though. It's running quite well, actually. I might have to take a tinkle. Dude, I'm like falling apart here as we start the stream. Okay, I'll be right back. Beep boop boo, dee boop boo. Alright, sorry. Thank you for waiting. Yes. Oh. Hang on a sec. I will. Let me say something then, Roberto. Yes. Oh, you just sent that now. Okay, I got you. I'm not sure where he's at. If you want to jump on now, because I figure we'll do some more electricity stuff here. Okay. Roberto. Nether miner. I will certainly. We'll try to set that up. That's a good question. Just getting the info. Dude, tactical cylinders with throat lozenges. Gross. Sweet. Okay. I think all his is locked up, so if you want to like stash, we could throw down like a wedge or something. Well, since we have our boys, we can start with like the crowbar or something. Got you, baby. Okay, sorry, chat. All right. Another miner was saying turret traps and all that. Here's a great. Here's one, and then we have one that is. What was that one? All of these are pertinent to that. We put those in your watch list for later. So what's the most important thing for you when you're making your base? Like, what do you want first? Lights? Yeah. Second double-edged sword. The lozenges help, but like they pretty much numb you for anything else. Well, I hope I don't eat anything delicious today, because it's definitely gonna ruin it. Electrical. Alright, so the simplest form of this actually isn't. It's pretty straightforward for lights and such. And remember, getting this down is going to be good quality of life for you now, but it's going to be a necessity later, like soon later, because farming is going to be a thing. So you might as well figure this out now. Wrap your head around it. And like this is a good circuit to get your brain started in that direction. Because at first, it's definitely like, it's complex. And you're going to look at this and go, what? Why do we got to do all this? Science. Okay, we'll make another jump up here. Make this a bit more realistic. I just want to show multiple floors of like lights and stuff so you guys can see what's going on. And see the different stages of this. We'll tackle something else. Another, anything else, I think, other than turrets and stuff? Regular turrets or trap turrets? 'Cause if you're looking for like a trap-based setup, both the sneaky trap-based storage monitor, hot, and also the power trap-based, those two videos have like specific examples that you can build out from. Wait a minute. Am I in the right place? Oh, yeah, yeah. Double doors, where are you at, baby? Here, Roberto. Bingo. Okay. Jade, estimated date for custom servers. I don't know. Like, I still think it's got to be kind of soon. I think it's going to be first quarter-ish. 2023. I could be wrong, but like, it looks like they're moving along. And again, like, once this settles in, notice we had a lot of information, like, right when Power Surge dropped. Also, somebody was saying that. Can you remember who that was? Oh, yeah, that's right. It was me. Science. Sorry, Roberto's flirting with me. Yeah, I'm so pumped for electricity. It's the shit. Okay, let's get rid of this little dude. I'm going, like, super hyper-realistic now, right? So, like, up here you'd have your panels. So I go northeast, and you have your... Usually 2 is a good way to start, I think. Stuff on the rooftop, baby. Pink. Now I'm going to stick the red inside of the base. The red root combiner. What do I mean? Shoot, I guess you can still have it down here. We've been making these green lately. Let's go ahead and keep making them green, eh? A. Like pass through. Now we're gonna rotate it, aren't we? Yup. What a scumbag, huh? He just passes through the floor like a... Like I don't know what. Pass through. These take 2 units of power a piece, so we're looking at 8 here. That's a considerable amount. Are cars coming in the game? I think so, yeah. It says, are you on console test bench right now? No, but we will be. said some of those YouTube shows you're posting are like low-key embarrassing. I mean, you telling me you've never missed a shot, bro? What do you mean? I show my failures as much. Jeez, I can't talk with the lozenges. I show my failures as much as I show my successes. It happens. Sometimes I get the gear fear. I mean, you heard what I lost in that video. That's why I was all like, first of all, missing like a freak. And then what I should have done is I should have made the choice to engage fully or run fully. But again, the gear fear kind of makes you like teeter-totter, you know? It happens. Even to the veterans, they just cut it out, that's all. Nothing wrong with that, but also nothing wrong with showing it. Everybody gets it. I'm fairly certain we can get away with a small battery. If not, we'll solve it. We'll do a couple of these and then we'll switch over to main C's. Give me a hot pink. It's a purple. Purpity derpity. Yeah, collect that power, baby. I'll show you some, you dirty girl. Oh. So I've been playing for a little while, but I no longer have gear fear. But man, I was crying watching you shoot those few shots. I know, right? It happens. Sometimes you bust and you fall asleep. It happens. You know what I mean? What? Who said that? Sometimes you bust and fall asleep. Okay. Easy, but also underrated. So if we keep the marching ants out, you can see that we've got, let's go ahead and make it a bit brighter for ourselves. Excellent. So the main power comes in here, and we have 2 solar panels, which is extremely realistic. The thing that's not realistic is I would stick this root combiner under the lip here and connect it through the ceiling, but this is just for understanding's sake. So you have the morning sun and the afternoon sun. And in this game, I think the best sweep is northeast for day, or for morning, and afternoon southwest, because you kind of catch a little bit of everything. And then this battery to start, because this does not take any tech trash to actually craft. So that's great. Where are you, miss? There it is. And 10's not bad to get you started. And let's be honest, if we're playing with the farming stuff, you're going to want to start your cloning right away because it takes time. And you're going to want the food that it generates too. Like, you need the food, you need the cloth. So starting to have your lights in a consistent manner, like as soon as you get this guy, use him, right? And if you have them all charged up, you get a medium battery later, then make a box full of fully charged small batteries, dude. You can use them for fobs and other stuff. It's not a waste. And because we have this connected in such a fashion, capacity is at 57. What's great is we have it connected to a switch, and if you guys watch the Powered Basics, you know that this will absolutely positively control what's happening here and won't have any leakage. So when it's on, we're now using 9 units of power. But that's enough to run 4 lights. That's more than enough to run a pretty big grow operation to start, because you need 1 lamp for, like, I think 4 tiles or something like that. So this is more than enough. How much time do you have Rust Console Edition? A lot. Just don't tell Razor. Shh. I always tell him. Now, I think we might have enough to pull this off, so let's go ahead and try. So, like, this is just a basic light switch. 4 lights is more than enough, even, like, a larger group to get started, I think. It's a bit easier to see like this, maybe. The cutaway, the cutaway. Oh, okay, good question. Mr. Russo says, what are the two nodes on the side of the switch? There's a big catch 22 for that one. One of them you use, and one of them's fairly unreliable. I don't know what version we currently have on console. I just know, well, they might have fixed it for us over here. I haven't had a chance to go like full ham on this yet. But here on PC, that's a good question. Good question. So this one here, oh wait, is that on the timer or this regular switch? Oh, as a matter of fact, I would almost consider both of these fairly unreliable. I would test these heavily for our version because if we have anything up until this version that's on PC, I think these are still pretty wacky. What they're supposed to do is when you send a burst, it'll switch it off and then you can switch it on. They don't really work like that. I think the switch on works, but then after that, it's very unpredictable. I'm trying to think of like a good scenario for this. We might have to go into depth on this a bit later. And I haven't tested it on this current version on PC, and they may have fixed it, but I'm almost positive since we have like an older hybrid version on the console side, I'm fairly certain the switch on and the switch off are still pretty not reliable for what they say they should be doing, if that makes any sense. Here's what I typically do. If you need something to turn on, right, I usually use, well, you can use a memory cell for one. But another one, if you kind of want to use a timer and then set it to 1 second, that's a way for it to send a burst. That's kind of nice too. I don't know, like this is kind of a huge discussion on this. I guess we could try it on like Builder's Paradise to see if our version is fixed on console. Essentially, you're supposed to, a signal, long signal or a burst is supposed to switch it off and then switch it on, but only in this side switching it off and then the upper is going to switch it on. But for whatever reason, when it's on, it doesn't like go back to the other state. It's really broken. Maybe they fixed it for our version. I don't know. I just know I've literally stayed away from this almost since it came out. Because once you, and it's been like that up until like yesterday. So that's been years. So I'm almost fairly certain our version is messed up, if that makes any sense. Okay, so another one you guys have seen, which I am a fan of. If we bring this signal down, because remember the pink line is the one that comes from upstairs. What we can do, just put one here. And since this isn't on the other side of the battery, this isn't too bad. So essentially we're making the same circuit, but we just put a branch in between. So we're just, because it's not hitting the battery first, or coming out of the battery, rather, this makes it nice because we're actually draining 1 unit of power, or 2 or 3 units of power off of the branch before the power comes in. So we're not hitting the maximum that the small battery has, which is 10. But we're about to. So now we'll stick a blocker up here. I think we can get away with this. I don't think I've used 4 lights on this, but I think we can totally get away with this. Hell, we might end up using this for ourselves. I mean, we did last time. We used like a variation of this. Alright, so now what's happening is we can actually stop the circuit completely. But if we turn off our fancy time and then we turn on regular time so you can see what's going on here. Yeah, we did get all 4. Nice. Okay. And you guys have seen the circuit before, but it's just nice to have the kill switch in between, but I think we're using all 10 units of power. Yeah, we most certainly are. And you can already see we're almost at full capacity. We're at 131 out of 150, and night times are roughly 10 minutes. So you're going to have a little bit of gain or leftover after you're done. But if you don't need the lights on, then you can always shut it off to save the battery. That's why that's there. But what's great about this switch is it detects day and night, and we switch it back to noon, the lights go off automatically and saves power, and it's now charging. Ah, Dominic, welcome to the green team, baby. Appreciate that support above and beyond, baby. You now have the loyalty badge next to your name. It levels up each month. You also, I think YouTube is now done after you gain months of membership. You get like a free super chat thing that shows like your status on your membership or whatever. What was it? What was it? Adam just did his. Also, you have access to our custom emotes. Bang, bang. And they show up on the live stream and on any comment on any video across the channel. And then I think in the future, and this is the first time I'm saying this now, there'll be certain live streams and certain videos that'll be members only. Like, yeah, there'll be like straight live streams that are only for members only. But then I think some of the live streams will also just go over, like when a live stream's up, it'll be public, but then after it's done, it'll go to like membership. There'll be certain streams that are like that, so you have access to all the stuff. So thank you, I appreciate that. Dominic, how do you say your last name? Mastesas? Maestas? 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 Is it Spanish, correct? It has to be. Am I saying that right? I didn't do good in Spanish class, dog. Teacher was hot. That's for sure. Bang, bang. So I think there's also something to be said about having the heater on the same kind of circuit. And it essentially runs the same way. So you could take off. I think the heaters take 2 as well. Fairly certain they do. Heat this. Other 3. Oh. So we could take off 2 lights and then run a heater. So there we go. We can do the same thing here. Pass through, instead of it going upstairs, we'll have it like semi-warm because it's orange. If we're in a snow biome like this, we can definitely get these 2 lights and the heater running. So let's go ahead and make it nighttime. Baby! Hold me. What's that? There we go. That took a minute. Tick rate low. What? That's crazy. Because nighttime is the coldest time in the winter biome, so this would be a good way to kind of spot your heaters on and off that way. Also, when we do get the farming, which is still relatively soon, if we were in the snow biome, you'd have to have the heaters on at all times to really kind of keep them cozy, because they don't like the cold. Although, if you're in the snow biome, you'd probably make sure you have at least 1 hardy trait on your genetics. Just saying. That's a ting. That's a ting. Yeah. Wait, there's another one. We did a while ago too, but I kind of want to do it again. It was our multi. I might have to go take a look gander where I put it. We built it last time. It was still pretty good. Solid. Solid. And you'll see us do this exact circuit too. God says, I'm so confused on which switch does night and day. On this example, this is for the automatic switch. Let me get a little closer. It's a good question, good question. My farts are rotten. The automatic switch is a little crazy. What you could do is just eliminate the blue block right there, the blue blocker. Is that the blue blocker? Dude, I stink like poop. So what we did was, like, yes, we still were wasting some power because we're having to go through here, but we skipped this all together, and now everything's controlled just by a switch. Marching ants. So then, in this case, we would just skip this altogether right here. This branch out, and then we just had the line go right to the. It would almost be. You know what? It would almost be better if we had this example like this. We scooch everything else over, and we bring all the power down from upstairs. What's up, Roberto? I stink. We could either go crowbar or wedge to get started, Roberto. Depending on what Razor wants to. I think Razor might have an idea of what to build or whatever, but I guess we could go crowbar and then we could just keep it super small, and then if we need to, we can go up with it, but I think Razor wants to try to build something, which is fine. We just need a bunker to get started, really. That's what it comes down to. I guess in a pinch we could just use the wedge. The wedge. Let's get beefy. Alright, then crowbar it is. Crowbar. Crowbar, baby. I think I got that as a command. I think I put it in. Yeah, I stink like poop. Yeah, let's make all the cables come from upstairs. This is kind of the way I like to do it when we're playing the game, because, well, A, it keeps all this stuff hidden, but if you need to rewire stuff, you don't have to go all the way back upstairs and come back downstairs. And people are guessing as to where your stuff is. And then I usually just bring it right through the ceiling and then bring it up to the crevasse. And then just bring it straight down, baby. Yeah, you know, let's do it like that. Just because this isn't about solar panels, this is about lights. I like to kind of run them up on the trim and stuff like this. Get like a channel where your wires come down. There we go. Okay. That way when we swap things out. What's up? A brick wall says, I'm here. Yes. You know what? Let's bring that down just a little bit further. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Kyle? Says, okay, thank you. I've been confused all this update. Today's the first day I get to play, so I'm like, shit. Oh, I got you. Do you check out? You put those videos on your watch list, so you can check them out later too, because all of those will help you tremendously. Oh, did I just lose my other wire? Oh no, I got it. Okay, so all we did was kind of tuck these pink wires up and around. Brickwall says, we gotta go. Bookie! This is basic power. This one is different turret configurations. What was the other one? It was trap based. Camera, computer station, computer codes, and then what was the other one? I think it's Snaky. Sneaky snake? Snake. Yeah, so I would recommend people just getting started, don't worry about the automatic thing right away. Just get your battery plugged in first. So we'll take the blue line because that's where the power in is at. And we'll just have it go right here into the battery. And then the red out can be the stuff that goes to the switch. And that way you control it manually. Just know that when it's daytime, you don't necessarily want to have your lights on all the time. Okay, so what's happening here is pink lines are the power that comes from the solar panels. They're combined here. Then the charge goes into the battery. Then the battery does not put any power out until you flick the switch. But every component uses a little bit of power. This will use 1 when it's on. This will use 2. This will use 2, and this will use 3. Since these have a pass-through, it's going to throw it to this light, and then the pass-through here is going to throw it here. So if it has enough power, it'll power the heater for 3 units of power. So we should have enough for all of it. There you go. And this one's nice, but you do have to shut off the light switch or the heater when you're not around. Yeah, it's all kind of in one screen. This makes it a little bit easier to understand. Do the marching ants help in the lines? I think they do. Boop. The power comes in on the pink. It's combined in the red rectangle. That's a root combiner. That combined power is the blue line. The blue line goes into the inside of the battery, which is blue. And the output power is red. We have that going into the switch. And literally nothing will come out if that switch is off. So you won't have any bleed. But if we kind of look right now, let's see what our current consumption is 8 units of power. So we have 1, 2 here, so that's 3. Another 2 here, so that's 5. And then 5 and 3 is 8. So that's where all the power consumption is coming from. And you could stick switches in between these, like on the orange line, to slow it down. But just remember, when you add a switch, you're also going to add 1 more unit of power when it's on. So, but to be fair, if you're in the snow biome, you can have a heater on most of the time, and it's going to help. Like, well, it's going to help you from not dying, but it's also going to help you rejuvenate your health a lot faster. And it does go through the floors just a little bit. But I usually like to stick this on an interior wall, because sometimes if people get close to your wall out here, sometimes they can get to it. They fixed it on the PC version, but on our version it kind of leaks out a little bit. So usually have it on the inside wall facing this way. But if you're in here, it's roughly like, I don't know, at least 30. It tapers off depending on where you are. It's nice. It's nice, dude. It's nice. Oh, they really cut off its range. So really, that's for 1 block, huh? I guess so. Wow, they're a little stingy. Now, it does go through the floor. Hey, it's almost better up. Maybe we should put that low. Yeah, it used to be a lot wider. It's definitely not anymore. So if you've got like crops to grow in the winter biome, you're going to need a few of these for sure. What do you think? What do you think? You guys want to see more examples? Or you guys want to see us jump in the console? Yeah! Tactical cylinders mixed with lozenges. Gross. Gross. Oh, and another exciting thing they've done on the PC side, which again will be in our future at some point. It's not happening for us on console yet, but if you'll notice, our good friend, the Armored Door, has gotten a buff. Know what I mean? Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. uh. Our good friend the Armored Door has gotten a buff. Now it's as much as a metal wall. Is that crazy, dude? But not as much as an armored wall. That's wild, right? The new armored doors on PC equal metal wall. Which is good. I think it needed a buff. See more armored doors for sure. Alright, shout. Alright, hang on. Let me throw up some music real quick, and I just want to double check. I kind of want to do a multi-turret setup, like a bigger one, because I know some people have some compounds and stuff. I'll leave it on this circuit for a minute, and I'll just play some music. It'll only take me about a minute. Alright, so what I'm trying to do, I've got some pretty heady notes. We've done this a few times, so I just want to make sure it'll speed up the process a bit. We do the authorized doors, but I kind of wanted to get familiar with the multi, or at least our solution for multi-turret setup, like beefy, and then with the backup. So we might dip into that on the actual wipe. Because 3 to 4 batteries on a medium is pretty much the max, right? If you've got a lot of logic, then you're talking 3 on a medium battery. And then if you've got nice streamlined logic, then you're talking 4. Which isn't bad, but... Then we had another setup. The authorized doors, which would be dope. If we could... If I'm comfortable with that one, and I feel like we have a good solution, and I think we do, because we've done it in the past, I'd like us to use it on this wipe. And then, you know, if we run into any kinks, we'll know real fast when we get totally steam plowed. Positive I took notes of this. Maybe not. I think I know what we did. I can't remember. To bust out my old. Alright, you know, we'll do the authorized one first, because at least we know that one. Might have to work it out a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, best place to do this. Let's see. I guess we can make an extension over here, maybe. We'll just kind of work off of that. Yeah, sure, why not? I love power surge. It's so freaking good, dude. And the fact that we're going to get, like, the farming right after that is pretty hot. Not going to lie. I'm a fan. So should we do 2 and then go out to the... I don't want it to, like, do the offset thing on me. It's funny, like, I know how to force the offset, but then I'm like, when I don't want the offset to happen, I'm like, well, how is that again? Okay, so this should be interesting. So we kind of had it cool last time where we had, like, this little control area where we could look down on everything. I don't know, maybe it's over here or something? get rid of this twig, dog. So we did a piece of this last time on Builder's Paradise. But I was thinking of a couple different conditions where... Oh, what was it? Okay, so we had one that was open. A kill switch. We wanted to shut all the doors? I can't remember. What was it? Oh, is this our elevator area? Sure. We need just like, I don't know, a little bit of space to kind of like look down. Kind of doing it a little bit off the last one we did. I think I'm like trying to remember what we did. The one that was on PC. So, okay, so let me, while I build this, let me try to explain what we're doing here. So how many times in a base do you have like a million freaking loot doors that are roller doors, garage doors? And it's super annoying, whoopsie, to like close them all, but you need to because it protects your base. The problem with that is, well, yeah, and then sometimes stuff's going on and it takes you so long to close all the garage doors, you miss a defense, you miss, you know, you can miss a lot of stuff. So having a switch is great, but here's the thing. We don't have smart switches, and you're like, okay, who cares? But smart switches are exactly that. You can stick these anywhere, and only people that are authorized on the tool cupboard can operate this switch. That is not true with a regular switch. Any clown can hit this. So that's our problem, right? We need a way to have an authorized switch. Because think about it, if you have a switch that opens all garage doors, and someone, you know what I mean? And like, think about it. You come into your base, you're like, oh, sweet, I got back from looting. Let me go here, let me open all the doors. That's cool, but like, what happens when someone goes deep on this front door? Right? They're like, oh, sweet, free raid. Let me open the gates. So you need a way that only authorizes, or only authorized people have the ability to flick the switch. And we successfully did that, both here and on the console version. But we need to add a couple, like, logical pieces to it, and then we can make it modular where you've got your inner core. We'll just say this, whatever machine is your TC or something, right? This is the core. But like, obviously you would need a way to like open and close stuff from the core. So if someone's raiding, you need a way to shut everything. But also in the core, you want a way to activate and deactivate the ability for the authorized switch. So like, if so, okay, so like, let's, for example, let's just say this is your entrance. Right? So like, you know, you come in here and then stuff starts getting heady. People are pushing your door, right? You want in your core the ability to shut off this automatic switch. You want people to go back to just opening and closing doors at that point. When someone's pushing your door like close to a switch, you want to kill that functionality, right? After everything's kind of closed. Right? Because really, it's all about quality of life. Like, if you're just farming and stuff, you need the ability to, you know, hit the switch before you leave, and then you're like, okay, cool, we can go farm, and everything's closed. That's hot, right? That saves tons of time. But, like, when someone's seriously pushing your door, you need to cut this ability for anybody to use this. So, like, when you're deep in your core, you know, like you respawn in your bag or whatever, you need the ability to shut off that automation, so nobody goes deep. And you also need the ability to shut all the doors, so then people have to open and close doors normally. Which is what you want, right? Like when people are pushing like an area, you need to like make sure everything's shut. So that's essentially what we're doing. Oh yeah, Dominic just asked the same. Good question. Dominic knows what's up. And we've done this before. I guess we can kind of put I want it just a little bit more elevated because we need just a little bit of space to pull this off. Yeah, we should have enough on this back wall here to like figure it out, I hope. The whole idea is that we want to be able to see some of this shit too. And then we'll make like our example piece down here. Okay, cool. So let's say this is our base or whatever. I just want to put up different examples of like a million different types of doors. Just think about it. Like the swing doors are cute and they're great, but like we almost always in our core and our loot rooms have roller boys. And they take a hot second to close. So wouldn't it be great There we go. We can put. We see that from there. All right, these can be like 2 loot rooms. But more importantly, in between the loot rooms, we can have all kinds of like open and shut kind of doors. Let's say this is like your exit or something. But then your external doors, like in your airlock here, like, you know, I love the triangle airlock. Like, all 3 of these doors would always be manual because it makes the most sense. You don't want it to kind of do this automatic door thing because then somebody could come in and then catch it in a cycle and then push you. You want to take that away. But I think beyond this door, it can definitely be on that whole like switch idea. And the whole idea is that we're going to set this up in such a way where it's easy to understand if you want to learn it, but also have it set up in a more condensed fashion. So hopefully that all makes sense. So this is like a cutaway to kind of show different types of doors throughout the base. So this could be a swing door here. This could be a roller boy. Back here. Definitely roller boys on these loot rooms here. What a nerd, right? So I'm semi-comfortable with this one, but I want to be really comfortable with it so we can like implement it quickly. Like I need it fresh in my mind so we can start to add it. Like it just helps, you know? Just think about it. If we're operating out of a bunker and the bunker's open, we need the doors to be working correctly. Like right away. And let's say even off this bend, let's say you have another roller boy here. Let's say there's like a wall here or something. We'll make it like a low wall to represent that it is a wall, but so you guys can like see into it. So like we could be up here in the control room. You can see all this stuff happening. So these represent loot rooms here in the pocket. These are the in-betweens. You know, let's say we have one that's... Just use different types of doors, because why not? I think if we do this right, it's definitely something we're going to use. Because already the crowbar, I think, has a solid like airlock system in the front. So it'd be nice if we could like shut the other stuff around. Anyways, you like that burp? Woo woo! It's juicy. I love these spray paint boxes. They're the best. Ammo. Scrappy doodles. What's this one? Stone. Let's call this one sulfur piece. We need more boxes sets like this, like for sure. Tools. Scuba equipment. This one will be scrappy doodles. Yeah, let's make this one not stone. Let's make it boom skibbity boom. Realistic. Right? Because you have loot rooms that are in a square like that. And then when you get the garage doors, it's not so bad when there's swing doors, right? It's really not, because you just kind of look at them and just tap tap, you know, walk through the, you know, if you're waiting for these and you got to come through, you already know the pain. Huh? We can have a Christmas store, right? So somewhere. Is the sun moving? Oh yeah, we just forgot to turn it off, eh? Whoopsie. I was like, man, it's getting dark. What's up? He says, why do you play console? There's no hackers over there, man. Like, we got script kiddies and mouse and keyboard adapter dudes, but I'm telling you, man, I'll take that any day of the week over actual auto aim and all that other trash. Plus, it's where I want to play. But it's cool. We can play wherever we want because we have it on everything. There's times we'll play over here. Most of the time, we're playing on console. Baby! Best door because it's got a little pug in there. She's like, what's up, Randy? There's a million different reasons why. Like, this is realistic. You got a ton of doors in your base. All the time. Wouldn't it be nice? And then this is just our normal airlock. But I think for over here, we could build the rest of the circuit out here if we need to. Like the entryway, we'll make like a big space for it. We don't know how that's gonna go yet, but it should help us figure it out. And that's why I love that Builder's Paradise is something that's quite functional for us, and it's coming to main branch, so we can start to practice things like this. Because if you've ever used the arrow, you'll know that there's a bit of a, you know, nuance to it. You need to make sure you're placing those drop boxes right, and there's really no takebacks on drop boxes unless you can delete the wall, and that's only for a period of time. So it's nice to be able to practice. That's essentially what we're doing here. Okay, cool. We have a nice, realistic. Hey guys, that make sense? We good? Low walls to show that you're moving through. This is just a cutaway in the back to show different door types. And we'll have a window over here because why not? He would never have a window next to your elite room. That's ludicrous. You know what? I can't even do that in a hypothetical. For example, it needs to be a solid wall. You know what? Let's say this goes deeper in the base. I'm more comfortable with that. And then we'll make this a swing door. Perfect. That way we can see more from the operational side. Hot. Look at all the little hazmat stickers, man. Perfect. Alright. We're just talking through this because there's a lot to wire up. This person I'm saving up for a PC right now, he says I'm stuck on console. This is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but I think I'd prefer PC over Rust console. Hey, that's all good. Play it where you want to. But I would be amiss if I didn't warn you about how bad the hackers are on the PC side. That's stuff we don't have to deal with. Unless you played like a game like Warzone or something where you've got like the forced mix of like populaces, like or platform populaces. Then you have a good idea of how bad that is. It is rampant. But the good news is this game is so dope, you'll still want to play even though you get hosed. That kind of stuff. Yeah, we don't want that one to open. Okay. Yeah, can we see that from the window? Yeah, good enough. Okay. Alright, so let's just test our basic knowledge of this real quick. So, in theory, if you send a signal to all of these, they should all open and close at the same time. And it is pretty much that straightforward. Trying to decide how we want to sort this with colors. I wonder. Is bright blue too obnoxious? That's not the worst. So, I love the fact that there's pass-through on this. It makes it so much easier. Like, so much easier. And that's great. And see, when it's on the internal stuff, you don't really have to worry about hiding too much of it because you've got to pipe through almost everything. Although, be cognizant of it. I mean, if somebody gets in far enough, you don't want to be giving them clues. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pipe this into a regular switch. Just to kind of show the operation. I like to do things simplistically and kind of work backwards from there. Or do things in chunks because it kind of helps break down the circuit because things can get a little wild. So we're just connecting all of the different door controllers. And what we're trying to do is just make a door system that opens and closes via switch. We're going to add the authorization stuff later. So what's cool about the... so we'll keep a couple of these in different states, right? So like this one is closed. These are open. When the door controller loses power, it will automatically shut all the doors. And that is a excellent behavior. So the blue line will just go outside, and the blue line goes all the way through our set here to kind of show the different doors. Let's have this one run up to our, what is this, our loot room and stuff. So the way we have this set up, the blue line again goes through the entire base. This is supposed to represent a core of some sort, some loot room action. You've got the roller boys, you've got a door that goes deeper into the core, or a jump up, or whatever. Door that passes through the base, you're processing, so you've got a mixture of doors. Armored doors, roller doors, swing doors, double doors, all of it. Except the main exit here. You always want this to be a manual affair because you don't want somebody getting stuck in here and then if you're opening and closing doors and all of a sudden they're just deep on you and you're like, oh no. Well, that's kind of a high door. Anyways, it's all a simulation. So, you know what, let's move this over one, shall we? It's a bit hard to see. We just put it down here? Oh, yeah, we can. Okay. Let's do it like that. Hold on. Yeah, in our version, we can't quite place switches that low on the console version, but I'm sure that'll change in the future. We just got quality of life here on PC, so it'll make our samples much easier on us. And this is just a creative generator. You can only get these in your own custom servers or people that activate them. Okay, so we've got door shut there. We have a double door shut. So when we turn this on, everything should open. So the 2 doors that we have, the roller boys. But now, since the switch is on, now when we hit it, everything should shut. So the trick is, how do you get this to work in such a way where it's only you that can do it? So, or even better yet, so also, this is cute if you're on the interior, but like, what if you're on the outside and you come back and you need all this stuff open? So also, let's put a switch here by the door. Then we'll do the same. So what we're going to do to change that logic, and again, this is us kind of working backwards, we'll have, wait. Yes, okay, we'll put the logic, I had to think about that for a second. What we're going to do to remedy this is we're going to put an OR switch after all of this noise. So let's find our good old OR switch, which is quite literally that. If this switch or this switch are active, it will open the doors. So we'll put the, we'll put the OR logic. Where are you, Mr. OR switch? There you are. We'll put that logic here, and then we'll push it out. So let's go ahead and give ourselves another color for the front door so we can kind of differentiate the two. So we have bright, so I guess we'll do pink to the front door. So we'll have this go all the way out to the front door. So you know when that switch is active. That's the output from the OR switch in the front. For now, we'll just put the creative generator out here. Not really worry about that. We'll clean it up later. This is all theory right now. Testing. So that's the power that goes into the switch. Okay, so if this goes on, comes up here to the OR switch. I can already see a flaw in this, but it's good that we're showing this. And then our blue line represents stuff that goes to our door controller, and we'll make the core, I don't know, orange. So we have a nice, oops, that is definitely not orange, homie. So the switch here is orange, and the one in the front is pink. And let's go ahead and move this, just make this a black wire. Power is the switch. Doesn't really matter where the power comes from, it just needs to be consistent. So, the way this works is the OR switch will do just that. This or this, and things will open. So, when that's open, they all open. When that's shut, they all shut. But here's the thing with the OR, right? Now, if this is open, and let's say you're inside, your buddy turns that on, and then you come out here and go, oh, we need this shut. Oh, that doesn't work the way we want because the switch is that or this. So if this is already on, they're already all open. So they either both need to be on or both need to be off. So that's not exactly the behavior we want. Now is it? What's up, Jen? So what we can do to remedy that is, remember our good old friend? Yeah, a memory controller. So instead of using these on and off switches like this, like, we want to send something in a burst, because what happens here is this literally is sending a signal the entire time. It would be better if we sent a burst. So what we could do, actually this might remedy the whole thing before we even need to use the memory controller. So let's go ahead and use a timer switch. And you're like, what does that all do? Well, just check it out. So we'll stick it here. We'll do the exact same thing we did before. Make that orange, put it into the OR. So when you power the timer, you can then set the timer, which is great. You guys see why having custom generators are so nice. So when it's powered like this, you can hold the action button. Now I'm going to set the timer to 1. So this will only send a burst of power through here and just go, you know, like less than a second. Boop, and then it's done. So what it's going to do, that's good, but look, it only sends enough power. Because when the door controller's off, the door is shut, so it's enough for it to open and shut quickly. And you're like, that's cool, but like, how do we keep the doors open? This is where this guy comes in. So it's the exact same setup, but what's beautiful about the memory cell, and if you've looked at other videos, you already know, is this little guy has a toggle input. Actually, let's go ahead and just look. There's the power in. It has 2 different outputs. Output, which is on, and off is off. And we have the inverted, on is off and off is on. In this case, we'll just be using the output. But what's great here is we have a set, which really means just on. Then we have reset, which really translates to just off. And toggles like a light switch. Flick it, flick it, flick it, and it goes to one state or the other. So since we've converted our on switch, instead of being a consistent on, it's a burst because we have a timer switch. That'll work perfectly for the toggle side of this. So what we can do is on our output off of our memory cell, we can go pipe this to our doors. Let's go ahead and just take more of the blanket power we have down here. Put it in the bottom of the memory cell. Oh, what's great is this mechanism is still the same here, but we are setting it to the toggle side of this. So now each time I flick this, it's consistently staying on, because what's happening here is when this toggles on, it just needs to be a burst or a constant unit of power, but in our case we need it to be a burst, just a quick burst. This turns it on until it receives another burst from anywhere. It'll stay in that state, and right now it's on because you have 2 green lights and you can see all the doors are open. And look, it even works like this too. Alright, see how we have some of them open and closed? Let's go ahead and flick this. They all close. Flick it again, they all open. So they're smart like that. So now all we need to do to convert the front door is use a timer switch like we did back here. So let's go ahead and do this. It's gonna help in this way to like describe it. I know it's pretty advanced, but let's take the power. And then this one was pink, hot pink. Although to be fair, when it's a little dark, it looks a little purple. How long have I had Rust? Both of them since they've been out. Remember, this OR controller says, hey, either of these doors, and this works. So now, instead of having a switch, here we just have a little burst of power, and that's all we need. We'll go ahead and get rid of this switch here, and let's go ahead and set this one to 1 second. Boop. So now, if this is open, everything opens or shuts. Making your life a lot easier in the base. Put everything away, you're good to go. And look, this works perfect. Let's go ahead and just make a jump up here so it's more realistic here. You come back from farming or something. You know what I mean? And you're like, man, we got to get in the base, but the base is all locked up, which is great. But like, you need to be able to drop your stuff off and come back out real fast. So you come in here. Oh my goodness, I'm bad at the jump. And you're like, okay, cool. Let me get into the core. Dropping it off, you're good to go, right? And then you're like, okay, let's go. And then you do this, and you close these doors like normal, and you're gone. And that's great, but you want to make it so enemies can't use the switch, and that's where this authorization part comes in. Does that make sense so far, or is this pretty crazy? What do you think, chat? And what's cool is even if people like kind of have some of these open, right? When someone's working in here, and let's say they sign off, the guy in here signs off or whatever, and these are open. Still a bad habit, but you know, before you leave, you just hit your switch. You know what I mean? You're gone. Hey, but door locks in here. This drives me nuts. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to create a way of, this can only be active. This switch, this one right here, can only be active when there's something that authorizes the user. So instead, since we don't have our beautiful smart switch yet, this would actually solve that problem pretty easily. Actually, you know what? It wouldn't, because that's an on-off switch, really. So, to be fair, we'll still use this even when we have smart switches, really. Like this particular setup. Okay, so, in order for any of these to work, we need to have a very specific condition set up. I think we'll maybe do it down here first. Yeah, maybe we'll do it down here. So the magical piece that actually gives you or can test whether somebody's authorized or not is the good old HBF sensor. And you can set it to different conditions. Once it has power, and this is the way it is on console, it's not super easy to read at first because you're like, oh, I didn't know you could do this. When it's taking power, then you can change if it's exclude or exclude. Others, it says exclude non-building auth players. That is a confusing sentence. Exclude authorized players. So you can have that set in such a way where this only goes off when there's authorized players in the area. So basically, we need a gate to say when this is active, then we can send power to this switch. That makes sense? And I'm trying to remember how we did it. This is where I'm kind of backtracking a little bit. I think we'll use an AND switch here, but I think we're going to end up using memory cell later, but okay, so the HBF sensor is cute. So when it detects one person or whatever the condition is, if it detects one person or 5 people, it will put off a signal based off of how many players there are. So we need the minimum amount. The one we're worried about is 1. So the problem is, since everything uses power, if it pushes out 1 unit of power, then it's like, okay, now how do we, you know, you need more power to do stuff. Hey, what's up, Medicated Katie? It says, hey, Jade, I know this probably isn't a good time to ask, but what's your most memorable PC cheater encounter? Let me think. There's been a lot. There's so many. I'd say in a positive note, what's kind of crazy, though, is like, it's always demoralizing to get a cheater. And what makes it so rough on a game like this is like once you report them, and this is only on like community servers that have active admins, but even when they have active admins, what sucks is when you report them, it takes time for them to figure out if they're cheating or not. So like you still have to live next to this asshole when you know they can see through your walls, they know where you're at, they know what you're holding, they know where your TC is, they can automatically like beam you when they want to. And if like you let them know that you're gonna report them, then they like kind of fade back on the cheats a little bit, so it's harder to catch them. So like everybody kind of knows that in the population. So I remember one time, once we figured out a guy was cheating for real, we're waiting for the admins to catch up, but I was like, you know, fuck it, this guy's offline, we're gonna raid him. So I remember one time we're raiding these guys, and they were just blatantly cheating. And then later on we found out like we got like confirmation, not that we needed it, but 100% they were. But but this is before we had confirmation. But like I was raiding the base, and then a dude came up. We're like balls deep in this base, right? Just balls deep, and I could hear somebody outside. I was like, oh shit! And it was like enough people for it to be like they could definitely clap me. And I just got in a game chat, and I was like, hey, I was like, look, I'll give you guys loot. I was like, this is a hacker base. I gotta finish. I gotta dick him down. And then the guy went from kill mode. He goes, fuck yeah. He's like, let's fuck this guy up. To recruiting him, I give him a gun with like bullets, and he like defends me, and holds it up while we finish the base. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude. We can always band together against cheaters, dude. I thought that was like a positive way because, you know, this guy's sneaking up to counter me, which is totally a Rust thing to do, which is all legitimate and stuff. But then I was like, hey man, I was like, you can take this loot. We need to finish raiding this guy because he's a piece of shit hacker. And he goes, oh, word? And we were instantly on the same team. Okay, so we might have to move this switch over. I want to set it up in such a way where it's easy to see and we don't have a bunch of wires crossing. So we might slide our example door over a bit. Thanks, Medicated Kid, for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, dude. And like those are on heavily moderated servers that have like active admins. If you play Rust official, like Face Punch official servers, just try it. Just for a little bit. You don't even have to do it for very long, and you'll see exactly how bad it is. And those are the ones that the anti-cheat doesn't catch. And it's unreal how bad it is. And then you're like, oh, I need to find like a good community server that has good admins. I'm like, yeah. That's pretty much the only way you can play now. Unless you want to lose your mind. Lose your mind. But I don't want to be overtly negative because Rust is a beautiful game no matter where you play it. And even with all that hacking bullshit, the game is still a blast to play. It's frustrating for sure, but like, the game's still great, so. You can take that to the bank. Alright, so this will be the device that indicates whether or not you're allowed to flick a switch. So this will be in between the power of this switch and everything else. So I guess we can kind of just put it here, and then our active timer switch. Oh, okay, so before we do that, we need to have an AND switch kind of boost the signal. So the output of this, when the signal comes out, needs to be boosted into an AND switch. Maybe we need this down a little bit. I'm just trying to set this up in such a way where hopefully it makes sense. Okay, yeah, because I want it like to be in the flow of. I don't know, it makes more sense. Raid simulator with autofire? What is? Are you playing New World right now, off-road? He's like, I'm balls deep. Are you still at work? We'll put this back here for now, but I'm sure we're going to move this again. Okay, so as that takes power, when it has a signal, it puts it to the AND, which is only going to be 1 unit of power. But the other side will always be on. So this comes from this comes from a power source. So since this right side's always on, we're basically just waiting for the other side to be active. And since I'm standing here, they're both active. So what happens here is this is only putting out 1 unit of power, which is not enough to power anything, which is the whole reason why we have an AND switch in the first place. The way the AND switch works, you have input A and input B. What happens is when these are both true or both have a signal of 1 or more, it takes the side that has the most power and then throws that through the top. So since this right side is the just direct power, which is taking 100 units of power, which is overkill, it will throw the 100 through the top. So this is basically just a gate to turn this thing on and off. And this thing detects you. What it says, I'm at work, it says, but most memorable moment is he was spinning with spin botting. Oh, during the auto fire in the race. Oh, yeah, that was crazy. But see, that's blatant. That's like, that guy already got like server banned. See, there's like evac bans, and then there's is it evac? Evac? Is that right? There's like a ban on Steam, and then there's a ban on like the server. And a lot of times it takes a lot to get it's a VAC ban. It takes a lot to get a VAC ban, which is like on Steam, and it's for like a specific game. But then there's like individual server bans. So like the guy you saw blatantly doing whatever, he didn't care if he got banned off that server because he already got banned somewhere else. So that's the thing. There's levels. These assholes can just keep kind of doing shit. And that's why you see like Komomo managing servers that are like community servers. And they're like, hey, you can't play on this server anymore. And like he'll find people that like try to ban evade by like doing multiple accounts. He's like, I found you. He's like, hey, have you been cheating before? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, you can't play here. So like that's how bad it is, because when you play it, you almost can't play an official. Like it's so bad. But like you just see how many people are like running rampant. Yeah, doesn't that suck? So it's like there's pros and cons to each platform you're playing on. So like you'll see on the PC side, like you'll have the best time until you run into a hacker and then you're like, oh shit, this is like a whole nother level of like lame that we're gonna have to deal with. I always say in the past, I was like, look, when you play on PC, you need to have two like plans. Like how are we gonna play for the wipe? And then what do we do when we run into a hacker? How are we gonna play? What are we gonna do? And that's the truth. And that's also why I play on console. Because it sucks to have to second guess every other kill. Because there's people that are exceptional at that game on PC for sure. And then you're like, oh, was that a legit kill? And you have to like kind of do the math, check the combat log, and be like, do I report this guy or not? And that's fucking annoying, dude. So what do you do? Touch butts. Uh-oh, is this server getting unstable? There you go. That's weird. But like I said, this game's still so good, but even with all of that stuff you have to deal with, the game's still tight. So, it says a lot about the game and how good it is. ESP looks cool to me, it says. I can't lie about that. Nah, dude. When you're playing against those guys, it's the most obnoxious thing ever. So now what should happen is you should be able to hit this time. Whoops, I have it set. So now if we set this up to exclude authorized, now I can't hit the switch. I literally can't hit it. But if I include authorized and exclude others, now I can do it. What's up? Montgomery Gamer. This is kind of I got paid to go. Oh, that's cool. That's dope. Is it Montgomery? Is it? I am not saying that right. It's what is it? Monaghy? Mahogany? Mahogany? Yeah, so this actually isn't too bad. Like, we've got the split right here. And so, you'll see that the conditions are true. So, like, that's green, and now the centerpiece is green, which means this can be active, which means we can turn these things on and off. So now we just need another way to kill the switch. What's up? Jordan says, hey Jade, I was wondering when some Daisy contest coming. We're definitely going to be squeezing it in here and there. I don't think it's going to be this weekend, though. Man, we're already at 2.5. Is Roberto, are you still in the mix right now? Alright, so let's go ahead and get this one switched over. So we'll stick this switch here. How do we get it for the stack before? We had... Yeah, I guess we can keep it low. We can keep it kind of high here so we can see what's going on, because I want it to... Getting your learn out. What's up, Jonathan? What's up, baby? Yeah, trying to get this one nice and juicy for us is because we're going to be using this one. Yeah, we'll drop this one a little bit more. And since we have, you know, we'll take the pink one and run it under, because that seems to be the one that, whoops, seems to be the one that is the furthest away. I'll try to keep it low on the frame here so it doesn't like confuse anything. I love it. It's my favorite. Okay, it still works. Sweet. So here's the other thought too. So when we have all this stuff kind of going through here, we are running it through this OR switch up here. So what we can do... you know what? I should have just wired it like that. Shit. Let's put the OR switch right here. Perfect. Sorry. Alright, so what we're doing here is we're just working in a way to make a kill switch for everything. Because like I said, if the base is going ape and someone's pushing that front door, you need the ability to kill the automatic part of the doors, right? You need the people to just do it normal. Open and close doors manually. So that little on-off button right there is a good way to stop that behavior. Because you want as little electronics as possible by the door, you know, to just keep things nice and compact, but you want the core to have the operation part of it. And here's the thing, if somebody comes in and destroys this, it doesn't work. Like, they have to be authorized and things have to work, and you can't plug things in unless you're authorized anyway. Says, is this live on Rust console, PTB? Yes. We're currently on PC, but we're about to switch over to console. Trying to think of a good way we can take the power from this. Although, to be fair, we probably just need one of these little guys down here, and that's about it. Alright, we'll solve that later. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this going here. Alright, so the output from this bad boy is going to be... Just throw it out here for now. It's gonna be this. Bring it over here. Jordan, yeah. I got you, dog. This one shows you how to set it up, and then here's a trap base that uses all of those things and the storage monitor. Boop. As a matter of fact, let's see if I can find it. I think our short today was that summary of that. I can't say I saw it on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. Kind of on the fence because I was like, I think we might end up banning it here in the States. Says, but if they go straight to your TC, they can open all your doors. Yes. But if you have your switch in such a way that's next to your TC and it breaks, then they still have to raid everything. When is Rust CE going to have the Rust Plus application? I think sometime in 2023, that's my guess. It sounds like they're going to. It's just a matter of when. There you go. That short right there also kind of shows a summary of whatever. And then you can click at the bottom of that screen to kind of go into the storage monitor sneaky trap. That one's dirty. And it also shows the camera setup. It's got everything. What's up? Jordan says, thanks so much, Jade. No problem. It says, I think when maybe power surge comes on main branch. The fact that we have a storage monitor is definitely a good indicator, and I've already said, like, previously, the way the Rust Plus application is set up is they have multiple inputs, like, ready to go for, like, the PSN network and the Xbox Live network to, like, connect there. So that's great. So that was also a good indicator, but the fact that we have a storage monitor is hot. But you can also use the storage monitor now. That sneaky trap-based link I have up there, it shows a specific one with the storage monitor as well. Canada doesn't have a 3K map? Oh, really? I did not know that. We play on so many servers, I couldn't even tell you what the size of our map is. What did we use for this one? Was it orange? I think it was orange. Alright, so we add that into the toggle. So when this is on, this is the whole circuit that could be manipulated by going on and off. Well, you know what else we can do right here to kind of like rectify the situation? We can also put a red switch here to make sure that all the stuff goes back to the original state. The red button is like a panic reset button to close all the doors. I think that's probably worthwhile. Put that right in the set button, or reset. There you go. So like if somehow the doors are all open, you can just hit the reset and have them all go back. That's hot. I like it. This switch here activates the automatic doors with authorization, so the smart switches. And this is your panic button to close everything, just in case. That's dope. I just want to make sure we use the same colors. What did we use for this one? Was it yellow off the... I've been loving Power Surges. Can't wait for the farming update. Dude, it's going to be so sick. Jonathan, were you here earlier? We're kind of showcasing some of the farming stuff. Having stuff like this in your base is going to be very common. Yeah, you can keep them black if you want to. Alright. So if this exclude others. So what this is going to do is if you're authorized on the TC, only people authorized can hit the switch. So do you think Icarus is going to console? I think it is. Okay, so like let's say you're like, okay, we're gonna leave to go farm. So let's see if this works. So we're gonna leave to go farm. It's detecting me because both of these are green and the center one is also green. So then we can activate the switch. But if I'm not here, watch if it does not detect me. If it does not detect me, you'll see that that switch is completely off. This sign's on here for sure, but they both need to be on. So this sensor isn't picking me up. So this switch is now dead, which means none of these doors can be opened automatically. Alright, so let's say we're like, okay, you're sitting out here, you got like your boy in here that was like doing stuff. It's like, okay, I gotta sign out. So like one of the loot rooms are open, the core is open, one of the loot rooms are closed, this one's open, this one's shut. This guy signs out. Right? The base is in like, you know, a weird state. You got doors kind of open and the doors kind of not open. So you're right here, you're like, okay, cool, but you've got all this set up, right? The old Jade smart switch. So you go, okay, cool. This is detecting you, so now this switch is active. So now all you gotta do... Oh, wait a second. I'm getting all smart with it, and then it's broken. Let me get it. Hold up, hold up. We're getting there, hold on. Am I crazy? Do we put... Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, hold on. Your boy is dumb. I put an AND switch there like an ass. How? Hold on. Hold on. We'll get there. Hold on. It sucks we gotta rewire that, but... Okay, so the aura switch needs to be a thing. Hey! No big deal. Okay, it's a big deal. It's like the Jade smart switch, and then it fails. This will be a lot cooler when it works. Hold on. Okay, so the pink door is the front door. Okay? The orange is your core. Get that. There you go. And then this turns into the blue ski. Alright, let's try this again. Hopefully I got this set up right. Alright, so your homeboy in the core signs out. The door to the core is open. We got a loot room open. Some of the doors in the hallway. But you're like, we got to go farm. And you're like, I'm already ready. I got my jackhammer. We're ready to go. So you open everything, and then you shut it. Now you can leave. You don't have to go through the base, do jump ups, do everything else. The entire base is locked out. Let's say this goes your core. Your core is closed. Your loot rooms are closed. All of the doorways. So like, and this is just on one floor. Like everything is gonna close. So you do some farming. You're like, sweet. I come back. You gotta drop stuff off quick, but it's kind of deep in the base, which is where you want it to be. Like, cool. This is now active, so this switch can now be operated. So you're like, cool. You open all this stuff. You run right back into the core. Slippity slap slap. Drop that stuff off. Go right back out. You're gone. Hot. And the whole reason why this works is because this is telling you when this switch can be active. The AND switch is making it so you can boost the power signal from the HBF sensor, making this switch operative, which sends a burst signal to an OR switch in the core. And the OR switch here, if it receives a signal from pink or orange, it goes up through here as long as this is on, and then sets the toggle for the memory cell. If somehow a raid happens, and here's why we have the condition set up the way we do. Because someone could be sitting at your door camping like this. Like if somebody like goes deep on you and they're here, the problem is if one of your teammates comes in here and activates that HBF sensor, then that guy can hit the switch. So that's why we have a kill switch back in the core. So if you know you're getting run up on, it doesn't matter what the switches are. If you turn this off, functionality just ceases completely. And the problem with that is, again, if you shut this off, now all of the doors in your base are open. So you're like, oh man, there's a guy pushing right here at the door. Our guy keeps spawning here and activating this in weird conditions, so they could technically turn this on. What do? Well, that's why you have your kill switch here, but then you also have your master reset, so everything shuts. So now, it doesn't matter what's going on. Now people have to use doors the normal way, which is what you want during a raid condition, right? Or somebody going deep on you. So that's why you've got the red button kill switch. You've got the active, consider this switch right here, your automated doors on or off. Like, do you want that functionality on? Sweet, then turn it on. And this is your panic button to shut everything if things are open. And then everything else works as it should. If this detects you, then you can activate all of the different switches. Oh wait, help if I turn that on. But what's great is, because remember, all the doors open, but you still have this airlock here that's keeping you safe. And that's why you don't make those doors automatic. What do you think, baby? Pretty hot, right? Dope. Roberto, are you in it right now, buddy? It's like not that crazy. It looks crazy at first, and hopefully we can we can implement this stuff on the console side once we're knee deep a little bit. You like it? Yeah, baby. So like this is weird, but this is definitely something that we need, right? I mean, how many times like having an automatic switch is dope, but like you really need that granular control. You need to have those different conditions. Having one at the exit is great, and so let's see if we wanted to scale this up just a little bit. Yeah, so everything would come into this like area here, and then you can kind of pyramid it in when you need to. So like if you have multiple doors, let's say you have one on your rooftop or something. So it's great because no matter what, let's say somebody already goes deep, and some of these doors are open but they're not. You can stop the ability for the smart doors to work, the Jade smart doors, right? And then you could just kill switch all the doors shut. Which is ideal. And then if this is in your core, you literally can spawn on your bag, turn off the automated system, and then panic shut all the doors. It works great too. So like if you have something on your rooftop and you need that shut, that's kind of hot too. Roberto. Alright, let me double check. Roberto sent me something a minute ago. So it doesn't matter even if somebody's authorized, they still can't punch through. And all that right button does is automatically close everything. That way, if somebody breaks into the base and something fails here, they can never just open it. That's why there's not a kill switch to open. This just automatically panics, shuts everything. And as long as all this stuff's good to go, it won't really matter. Like even if somebody sneaks in and is able to turn this on, it doesn't matter because they can't activate anything else that sends a signal. Hot. And people can't really count how many doors are opening and closing because... What's up, Brutal Place? We're on PC right now. We're going to jump over to console in a sec. Now you got your sleeping bags in here, and you're like, oh, sweet. You sign in for the day, you get up in your bag, you turn on the automated system. Right, what you should probably do is spawn outside. Make sure you're not getting raided first before you open all the doors, right? And you can open everything up. Gonna go farm? No problem. It's literally shutting as you're leaving. And you can run this off with just a handful of solar panels. This isn't super crazy to run. Do like a rough estimate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 8, 9, 10, maybe 12 units of power to run all the time. At least while it's active. So if you have a solar panel unit on top, you got a medium battery, you're good to go. Boom. Nailed that. Okay, I think we'll switch over to the console side. Drop a like for the circuit. You know, you want it. We might jump over to Builder's Paradise on on the console side too. Okay, so what's going to happen? I'm going to switch everything over. You're going to see like a little spinny wheel, which is the buffering, which is me. I'm just booting into the game. I'm sorry, switching my video or whatever. And then it'll come right back. You'll hear me first. You'll see the privacy screen for a little bit longer, and then we'll be in there. Cool? All right, so 3, 2, 1, beef. Yeah. There we go. Can you guys hear me? Woo! Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Evan says, can you show your controller setting? Yeah, I got you. Yes, we can. Excellent. Excellent. Sorry, I just gotta get my settings set up. My throat's starting to go out again, eh? Hello. Okay. Sorry, give me a second. I'm still kind of getting everything all configured. I gotta check my settings. All right, feeling pretty good. Yay! All right, we cool. Thanks for waiting. Yeah. The water looks so good on the next gen. Woo! What's up, gentlemen? Kevin said, "Yo, boy, since just got a laptop, finally get to see the good side of Rust." Just about right. Yeah, every platform's got pros and cons. You're about to see the good and the bad, my guy. That's exciting now. Rust is dope. Yeah, boy. I gotta go check my little cheat sheet here. I'm not really sure where I'm at, baby. East? I don't know. To have an Xbox in this game is basically not worth playing. Because it's like it says, is it any better on the Series X? Yeah. People, have you played it on the PTB? It's pretty dang good. We have people on like PS4 and stuff saying it's really good for them. The PTB. Is this Builder's Paradise? Sure. Oh, Jace. There's a lot of radiation. Roasted. Ooh, my legs are not doing well. Yeah, I'm getting baked over here. We just need enough to put down a bag, am I right? My walking is impaired. Hey, that's cool. Now we can just wreck ourselves. What? 174 rads. That's pretty good, right? Roasted. Yes? The heck is that? Somebody built that? What? Oh, okay, it's a platform. It looks so weird from down here for a second. Avocados. Oh, it's this. This thing shreked over here? Let's go take a look. You play on Xbox or PlayStation? All, yes. This guy's got the right idea. He's sniffing around too. Go ballistic, man. Go get him. I can see the core. Is it decaying? Oh, it's open. Ooh. Looks like these boys got raided. Yeah, I'll take those furnaces off your hands. Woo! Give me some freaking wood. What? Okay, we need to find something with wood. Quick. Schwood. anything. Wood, anywhere. Wood? Says we need that. I know, right? I'm gonna try to bop some. Oh, there's like a poopy piece of wood right there. Game Rat says, what are you playing on right now? I'm playing on Rust Console Edition, baby! Hold up. For a second, I was like, oh, that's right, because the external TCs. Oh, they got a computer station. Let's go peep. Oh. Oh, baby. You like the stinky wipes? Eh. Oh, there's no... Yes, there's no coverage over here. Yes, there is. I didn't have a hammer out. I'm stupid. Okay, dome. Nice. Nice. Just small oil rig. That was probably their base. Oh, that's cute. I want those furnaces so bad. I don't think we can get them. I think the TCs are overlapping. Yeah. Roberto, I'll sing you a song. Raid Shack. Oh, it's this. The heck is this? What? Everybody shouldn't have ice walls. Well, let's see if we can't get some tools together. And put down a little something. Anything, really. That's a terrible shot. Good. Oh my goodness, that hurt. Guy hits me again, I'm dead. Ugh. You close? Okay. Careful, there's a scrote. I think that guy stopped chasing me, but dang, dude. Gotta work my cheeks. Dang, dude, I almost got worked. My tender little butt cheeks, alright. My tender little butt cheeks. Yeah. Randy? Dude, that was so close. Chat, your thoughts? I thought for sure that guy had me. I was like, there's no way he's gonna get me with that shot, and then crunch. So I didn't even like try to juke it, and then it just flattened me. What's up? What's up? Schmuck says, thanks for all your updates. No problem. Got cracked. It hurt. And then I saw the bleed damage. I was like, I better craft a bandage or I'm done. Yeah, me dead to rights. It's a good shot. It's a good shot. Oh, my nuts are cold. South side, strong side. That's crazy. Do you want it? Do you want it? Want it? If I can learn a metal pickaxe, we're doing great. So I'm gonna try to flirt with Razor here in a little bit and be like, hey man, what's your ETA? And then I'll probably determine like if I take a break for food or not. Because if he's coming out later, then I'll go smash some food for a bit. And then we'll come right back in. Woo! It gets stupid. Because that's what we do. We get stupido. What's up there, sweet cheeks? So ever since I read the chat And Rob was like, "Hey, Wendy's pub burger," and I was like, "Ooh, might have to do that later." You know what I'm saying, dog? Diddle. But we'll see. I don't know. I mean, watch, we get all involved, and then next thing you know, we're in for like 2-3 hours, and we're like, "Ooh, I forgot to eat." Thought of. I still can't believe I survived that. That was crazy. Dude, how bad? I want that freaking caboose at the outpost badly. Very badly. La 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 la. I'm trying to increase my sensitivity slowly over time. What if I should just bite the bullet and go like super turbo high and then never look back? I don't know. Metal sheets. Ooh, metal pipe. Like for real, if we can get a freaking... Bandido camp. Pa, 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 pa. Bandido flacido. We'd be happy with a recycler at Fishing Village. Yeah, but it's not on there. It won't be. How dark is my screen right now? My goodness. That red overlay is kind of killing me. I am starving. Roberto, are you there? Oh, you died twice? Mm. These high side walls are insane. Scrappy doodles, give it to me. Oh, this guy almost killed me, eh? What a twat. Sketchy, but fuck it. Do you ever get sweaty in the palms when you're trying to kill people? Someone's gonna shoot me, dude. $30 scrap, we can get more than that. Come on. I'm trying to think of what I had that I could eat for like a quick snacky poo. I'm a starving. Oh, you know what? I got cheese and crackers, boy. We gotta go wreck ourselves and then come back in. Playing a dangerous game. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, stay. Yeah, but I want to see her fish. Badly. Ta-da! I threw my rock away. What a dick. Perfect. There's laser beams everywhere. It's so scary. There's the riverboat. I want that caboose at the outpost badly. Just, oh my. I am starving. I had to smash some cheese and crackers, my guy. Cheese and crackers. Delicious. Okay, so I figure if we get, we'll probably do like the wedge or something cheap. Probably should have been scouting the location. Oh wait, no, Roberto said go hard. Oh, you know, yeah, we can go crowbar then. We can start off super cheap. 270 something. So if I find some stone, we should be good. Oh, that was metal. Shoot. Usually you can find some kind of freaking stone out here, right? Right? There's one. Bang, bang. What's up? Maddie says, hey, what's going on? What up? What up, what up? Oh, you know, stack of chips. Hello, Clarice. These are all metal ores. Ooh, agua. Agua, senor. Ooh. I will take that, man. Dude, I noticed there's animals on this now. There wasn't for a little bit ago. Interesting. Oh, wait. No. There's no body of water here, is there? Never mind. I'm slow. Dude, no stone anywhere? Really? Don't get trapped. How you doing, Roberto? Good night. Ah, yes, we can make a tool now. Boing. If we can make a tool cupboard and a door or two, all we gotta do is kind of scout a location. We'll be all set. Oh, it says once the animals are gone, they don't respawn. Oh. Interesting. Well, let's hide. Sounds weird like in a can. Yeah, it's the audio glitch. You're right. It does sound like that. Absolutely. Oh, yes, we're rich. All we really need is 10 scrap. And we can learn that metal pick. And I'd say even if we get totally waxed, we're winning. Yeah. Guten Paket. Yes? Sehr gut. Time to get some stone. What is that, like 753 units if you get it with a stone pickaxe? Something like that? And a bit of doodle squirt. Goodbye, Wally. Beep boop. Boop. Beep boop. see if we can make it back. What do you say? I kind of want to look in there. I'm sure it's already been cleaned out, but I gotta look. Oh, I could just... Or just build. Okay. Good to know. What's up? I heard you like candy corn. Barf? Okay, we got all the stuff we need to get started, bro. Uh oh. Where'd that one go? You know what? We can still fix that. We're poor, dude. We take everything. Oh shit, there was something up there, wasn't there? Hold on, garage. Remind me when I'm back at the camp. Dude, I'm starving. Is it a wipe on PTB? I think so, for weeklies. And there was a wipe recently for monthly, so. I mean, you should just get in there and play. Dude, people are dying. Oh my. Jeez! People do be getting wrecked though. It's getting all wild out here, baby. Okay. I'm starving. This guy's base gets Shrek too. There's a lot of solar panels on one side. Water. Ha ha ha. We gotta get back and learn that pickaxe. I hope I'm going the right way. Alright. Yeah, so, excuse me, the game plan is, once we kind of get like semi-settled, we'll take a break, we'll stop the stream, I think, and then we'll come back a little bit later, and tonight, we'll have some chicks. You get me out of here. I'm gonna risk it and get this freaking stone like an idiot. Gotta get back and pick up our bag. Yeah, this might be a good place for us to stop for now because I am starving. So what I'm gonna end up doing is we'll just stop here for a little bit. It might be an hour or two. I'm gonna get some food and then we're gonna jump right back into it. So I should drop a like and a subscribe. Helps out a lot. And hopefully we'll see you guys in like like an hour or two. You know? Yeah. All right. The deuces. Christopher D says, is the electrode update active? Yes, on PTB. Boom, root combiner. Boom, splitter. Boom, timer. Boom, butt cheeks. Yes.